Feeling good? Yeah. Try and move now. Your feet will become unstuck just as quickly as that name.
Oh, is he going to fall? That's the question you're going to have to find out by watching this week's hypnosis video, and there's a lovely tutorial this week, so keep watching inside. I'm going to tell you more just in a moment. Hi there, my name is Turan Mirza. I'm a hypnotist and a clinical hypnotherapist, and every week I show you some sort of hypnosis clip. This week we've got some street hypnosis that you're going to love. It's a lovely clip of this guy, Turan. You'll have seen him before in a previous video. I'll put that video, a link to that video up in the info cards above so you can check that out. But check it out after you've watched this, because I think you'll find it more interesting having watched this clip of how well he went into hypnosis. Because in that video, well, I had to use 2 or 3 different inductions to really get him into that hypnotic state. So watch this clip first, see how well he is in hypnosis, and also see, does he fall over? Do I manage to save him? Because there's some important health and safety that I'm going to talk about after you see that clip. So stay tuned after this video clip of Turan and me working with him, because I'm going to stay on and talk about the clip and highlight some of the aspects within this clip. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the big red subscribe button and that bell notification button next to the subscribe button so you get notified every time a new video comes out from myself. And leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you thought of this video. Tell me what you liked most about this video, because I really love hearing your comments. I love reading your feedback, and if you've got an interesting question, it might become a video future down the line in this YouTube channel. So please do leave your comments in the comment section below. And if for any reason you want to contact me in any one of many ways, all my social media contacts are in the description section below. But enough of that, let's watch Turan in action.
Deeper relaxed, letting all the sounds around you, people laughing in the background, just help you to absorb you in this feeling of hypnosis now. In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 your legs and back will support you all the time. In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3 you will no longer be stuck, but you will become unstuck just as quickly as your name sticks to the back of your mind. Locks and sticks to the back of your mind like you cannot say your name. The more you try and say your name, legs and back support you now, legs and back support you now, that's right.
All the work.
You will not be able to say your name. The more you try and say that name, just like you were stuck to the floor, your name will stick to the back of your mind. You will not be able to say it. That's right. So nod your head that you understand. You know what it's like to forget something, and you forget that person on the TV, and you say, I know that guy's name, but I cannot say that name. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Feeling good? Yeah. Try and move now. Those feet will become unstuck just as quickly as that name. Those legs will become unstuck just as quickly as that name locks and sticks to the back of your mind. 1, 2, 3, go now. There you go. There you go. Big round of applause, guys. But tell me this, and what's your name in translate? Locked and stuck. Locked and stuck. Harder you try, the harder it sticks. Harder you try, the harder it sticks.
I can't say my name.
What's your name? Stand the way the camera's down there. Harder you try, the harder it sticks. Harder you try, the harder it sticks. Even if you hear it, you can't say it.
Can't say it.
That's it. Where did you used to have your name inside your head?
In my head.
That's it. And it's really gone now. Can't even say the start of it. What's your name? Tell you what, when you sing your name, and you're a good singer, when you sing your name in rhyme, you can say your name.
Okay.
But only when you sing it in rhyme. So sing the birthday song.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to Turan. Happy birthday to me.
And it's gone now. What's your name? Harder you try, harder it sticks. Look at me. Legs will support you, your back will support you. Sleep. Way down. Deeper, 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 relax.
Well, there you go. I managed to save the day. He didn't fall over. I hope you enjoyed that clip. He was a real star in that clip. So let's break that clip down and talk about some of the important aspects that you saw in that clip. First of all, and most importantly, we're going to talk about health and safety. That's the key part of this tutorial today. It's about the health and safety side of things. Now, as you see on this channel, you'll see a lot of videos on this channel. I hypnotize people standing up. But it's important to be aware of your subject at all times. As you saw me in this video, I had my hand on his shoulder, and at times, as is the nature of street hypnosis, I'm out in a busy mall, as you saw in this example here. People are walking up and down. I want to make sure people don't bump into him. So an important part of health and safety is looking around and making sure that nobody's going to inadvertently, maybe they're so busy talking, maybe they're so busy looking at what they've just purchased from the mall, that they don't see me standing there with Tiernan, and he's in that very relaxed state. I don't want anyone to bump into him. So it's important that I do take my eyes off him and glance away when I'm hypnotizing someone, just to assess the area in terms of making sure it's still safe at all times. But I keep my hand on him, because as I look away, if he sways as he did in this situation, you see right from the start of this clip, he was very relaxed and he was swaying a lot. That's a good and a very positive sign of hypnosis. If they don't sway, it doesn't mean they're not in hypnosis, but when they do like that, there's a good indication that he's really relaxed. He's what we would call in the business a flopper. So he's so relaxed he could flop down onto the floor at any time. And we want to make sure he doesn't hurt himself. So I'm holding his shoulder, and at the first sign you see, I'm about to go into that amnesia suggestion, when before I even get that suggestion out, he sways so much I have to steady him with two hands and say your legs and back will support you. If you watch the original video, I did say that from the start, but he is so relaxed, so comfortable in his situation and with me that he's just doing his own thing and really feeling relaxed. So I need to reinforce that suggestion. Never be afraid to repeat or reinforce a suggestion. In fact, I then move on to the hypnosis amnesia suggestion, and during that time, he again sways so much he almost falls over, and I have to grab him again, reiterate that suggestion, your legs and back will support you. So it's an important point not to be overlooked. If you're hypnotizing someone standing up, make sure you give those suggestions. Now, there's nothing to stop you hypnotizing someone sitting down. If you look back, if you scroll way down to the bottom of my feed, in the early days I did a lot of hypnotizing people when they were sitting down. It's a good way to start. It's a good way to hone your craft in hypnosis and then move on to hypnotizing someone standing up. Once you're so used to hypnotizing someone, you can do it almost in your sleep, then you can go on to making sure you can look at the other aspects of health and safety of hypnotizing someone standing up. It's a bit like you're driving a car. At the start, when you start to learn to drive a car, you've got a steering wheel, you've got the gears, you've got, the mirror, you've got a few key things you want to make sure you keep an eye on all the time. And if someone asks you to turn the radio on or turn the radio off, you go, no, I've got so many I'm juggling all these things in my mind, I don't have time to focus on anything else. But once you get used to driving, you can change the radio, you can, check out, other people and have conversations in a more relaxed manner, and all those things are done because you're now doing that sort of, the driving is unconscious inside your mind. So leave the hypnotizing people standing up until you've really honed your skills on hypnosis. As a side note, notice how, as I'm giving him those suggestions, he's smiling, he's scratching his nose, he's doing a lot of fidgeting. That should never be seen as a red flag that he's popping out of hypnosis, that he's not deep in hypnosis. Again, hopefully, having watched the whole video, you can see he was clearly suggestible, he accepted those suggestions, he was in hypnosis. So do not be concerned if people fidget, if people scratch their nose. It doesn't mean they are out of hypnosis, it doesn't mean that they are not feeling relaxed. You can see quite clearly how much he's swaying, how much I needed to support him, and yet he was in that state and still scratching his nose, still laughing to himself as he hears those suggestions. So never worry about those things putting you off from just continuing on with your hypnotic suggestions. So next I say 1, 2, 3, open your eyes, having given the suggestion that he will not remember his name. And I say, how's it feel now? And he goes to move and he's still stuck. Now, what happened there? Does that mean the hypnosis is not working? Well, clearly hypnosis is working because I haven't glued his feet to the floor. The only reason he can't move is because of the previous suggestion that I'd given that his feet were stuck to the floor, and he's still accepting that suggestion. Even though I'd said your name will disappear only as quickly as your feet become unstuck. So I'm not even going to test the amnesia because his feet are still stuck. And so in theory he might be remembering his name. So I don't panic. I just go over to him and I drop him back into hypnosis, and I say, your name will disappear only as quickly as your feet become unstuck. I reiterate the suggestion. And again, just like with the safety, never worry about repeating things, even just in reapplying the suggestion. So I say it again, and again you can see how he's nearly falling over once again, but I wake him up this time and say, move your feet, and he moves them clearly now, and I say, now, what's your name when you try and say it? Again, has the suggestion worked? Because his name is Tiernan, so is the first syllables of his name is T, and he's saying T, T, T. The suggestions worked because he can't say his name. The fact that he can say part of it is not the issue. It didn't say explicitly that not the start, not the end, not the middle, you'll forget it all. I give that implication in the suggestion that you will not be able to say your name, you will not be able to remember it, but he's interpreted that in the way he wants to. It's clearly somewhere still inside his head, and I actually utilize that in a sort of dramatic fashion, because at one point I say, where is that name inside your head? And he points sort of up here, and I grab mythical space in here, and I say, grab that name, and I throw it away. Now it's totally gone, and when I do that, even the start of his name disappears. So again, he is very suggestible. He's in a great state of hypnosis. And so I move on to getting him to say his name only when he can sing it in rhyme. Now the nice thing was that that guy was actually a singer. He was playing music throughout the day and watching me hypnotizing other people. That's why I knew he was going to be very interested in being hypnotized. And I was not surprised when he asked and he volunteered for me to hypnotize him. So I give him that suggestion that you will be able to say your name, but only when you sing it in rhyme. And of course he sings away at the birthday song and says his name so clearly, so easily. But as soon as it's finished, I remind him that he could only sing it in rhyme by saying, and it's gone now. Do I need to move my hand across his face? Do I need to click my fingers? That's a bit of dramatics, as it were, but it doesn't hurt to do those things, just to really anchor the fact that it's gone. But it's not essential. If you can't click your fingers, if you forget to move your hand in front of anyone's face, it doesn't matter. But it looks good, doesn't it? So I would recommend you try that if you can. And in that moment, bang, his name's disappeared once again. So he was a great subject, and again, just as the video ends there, you can see him almost flopping again. So knowing that you have what we'll call a flopper in your midst when you're working with someone, make sure your attention is on, making sure you can grab him. And as a sidebar, if you ever feel that halfway through hypnotizing someone standing up there, maybe too tall, maybe too large for you to grab them and handle them properly without hurting yourself, hurting your back in the process, there's nothing wrong with saying 1, 2, 3, wide awake. I'm going to sit you down. As soon as you sit in that chair, your head will drop down to your chest and you'll go back into that hypnosis state. So you can incorporate that, moving him to a seated position, into some sort of routine, as it were, that people will enjoy and think it's just part of the hypnotic situation. So I hope you got a lot out of that video, especially the health and safety side of it. I can't stress enough, you are 100% responsible for the health and safety of anyone that you're hypnotizing. Not because they're not in control, because they're still in control, but they're not aware of everything that's going on in the same way as you can be aware. So you have to look after them and make sure that if there's any doubt that you can handle the situation in a safe way, you need to end it, or, as I said just at the end there, move them to a more appropriate position. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really helps my YouTube channel grow, and don't forget, click that big red subscribe button and that bell notification button next to the subscribe button so you get notified next time a new video comes out. I do release one every Sunday, but sometimes I put videos out midweek as well, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you have any comments, have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. I really look forward to hearing your comments on this video. And if you are watching any of my other videos, please leave a comment just so I know you've been watching the videos. It's really nice to see and get a connection with the viewers that are watching my videos. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching, and see you next week.